Once more, Mame welcoming me viewers all over the world. Now me welcome you be on somebody and show ni so GH. Every 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Eastern Clock, which is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the GMT. And then you try to collaborate with Ghana. No? There are a lot of issues at your tables when you have a share. At this point in the vacancy will be on certain share program. There's this issue. In as much as some people may not deem it to be relevant, was a border on certain renowned people in the country and certain young, renowned journalists or public speakers. Sabi, a day, some reputable people, image about public. I think I'm referring to Worcester, and Worcester is on the spotlight. Maybe I could be Yanka Boston, Yanka Massachusetts, Worcester. And they actually emphasize on the Ghanaian community. What happened? What actually went wrong? This is the issue, and the first issue, and not any Abesha was a free hall. You see, now Worcester for Baba organizes some deba, and the normal circumstances they say taking place in near Menewokase was supposed to be today. Now deba now come here, no more invited Honorable Kennedy or Hine Japan, a compreko. And Nimhala Kevin Taylor and attacks on Kevin Etier. On Kennedy. Any kwakusket. Now this issue happened. There are some of the missing facts or elements are in bringing. In the next I say I can program the program now and to me I'm so. You have more details about this issue. Now, to me, what is more important, and I bring in individuals we said that the Fred did Abamubi. And then you have a couple of videos that the Fred you have a couple of videos in Swa, Kevin Taylor in conjunction or in support of Kokusket in New York and also we'll talk about this issue. At the Mrante, Worcester, so Kradin Eba same way movie. Now, somehow, but I call the bluff of these people. To know the Yanfa issue, we'll get into it. But what is more important today? CDC reporting about CDC reporting which is very, very, very important. You see, we've all known Center for Democratic Development under Jimabwedi for a very long time. The contribution one making your democracy. Now, survey, been a survey now, it was about 38 pages. Out of the 38 pages, some normally a press briefing or what majority will call press conference. Press conference and narrow 38 pages into 4 pages. So we'll take your time, at a point, almost say 62% of Ghanaians through the 38 pages, I want to conclude. We're saying, say, Ghana government, or precisely the current government and another called MPP government, has failed or cannot fight corruption as almost promised before 2020 general election and 2016 general election. Okay, so somehow Ghanaians are calling for accountability. Who call detailer and the press briefing is anymore. It seems only rather a changing figure from 62 to 70%, saying say almost to me fighting. Meaning they went further to say measures almost view the current government, At that point, almost conducted survey, Now you are appointing MMDCs, you are appointing DCs. Okay. And they also highlight on the hang parliament, no municipality so much impact will put more pressure on the government to do the right thing. But to them, now even the corruption in Ghana is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, we could detail of the report now. They talked about, say, the entire MPP for 33% of Ghanaians, a point out, say, the entire MPP for lose seats, and they say they were fed up with the government and they were fed up with the MPs, especially their performance. Now, they say MPP campaign was very bad. 24% agreed. In which they also descend on NDC, saying the NDC campaign strategy put in place towards the 2020 general election. 15% says it was 15% below MPP for 24 bad campaign strategy, meaning NDC then was very bad. To Omuye, and there was a split. 62% a split here, in which 53% are saying, say, Omu GD say to me, I protected the public purse, as he said. But almost a frame another question below protecting the public purse, talking about corruption in general, fighting people in his government, engaging corrupt practices in PDS, okay? In excavator, in Nyoma Bibre. But I say, what they are saying right now, they say this government has actually failed. Now, I want to bring us 62% of Ghanaians saying, say, Kufuor own to me. But you see, the question I want to ask today, aside Ajekun Kufuor's government that we saw, so Jelly Malam, Isa, and the sports, some guy says 35 million that issue in the ground, Kufuor just say, only true born member of the UP tradition to know Jelly. Now, we saw that under Bugapele and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Jelly Bugapele. Similar thing also happened. But under this government, who much say most issues are happening here. Ultimately prosecuting them from under MPP government. Now, AG department, the Special Prosecutor's Office, the new one, but also here over 200 people to perform efficiently and effectively. So let's see how that one also plays out. You see, it seems there's a lot of cases this is the issue here, Babeshe. You study and talking about CDC report, but I don't more important to me. We also look into this issue. I don't want to be part of those because security in the country, I break it down. But looking at numbers, man, just a month of August, about 60 crime and they are recorded. Me check a report to be on City News. Over 300 people and are not true as like assassination, open guns. Ghana, not armed robbery. So we actually to the Abu. That is the number of cases I see just in the month of August. My US embassy in Ghana issue report. So they should be very careful. So a country reached this level, the simple phrase and comforting man is a country needs security either. I break it down. That is what a lot of people are saying. So one thing we can say, we want to find out say, indeed security in the country that break it down or not. You have a couple of sweeps are under this new IGP all year. I continue. A lot of Ghanaians are in possession of guns. I don't see in the you see, create such an environment. Because when it happens, what happens is anybody can be a victim at any point. It means you need right people in place or more handle your security. And now say they are just sleeping on their job. These are some of the questions here about Abeshe. So now, after these three issues, you better emphasize on this plain issue. Say, and then you call rent or you call charter private jet. I'm a president. Look, before we even get to detail, is there any power in Ghana today that can control or that is controlling the excessive use of power of the executive arm of the government? The question is no. Because the judiciary, it seems that it has succumbed to the will of the executive arm. This is clearly or practically what is happening. Two, I ask myself, say Council of State is spending so much money on them now. To me, advise the president. Now that is the national level. Let's get into the partisan level. Under the partisanship, MPP has a political party in power. Okay, the government side will be there, the party side will be there. Is the party or the headquarters so strong enough to even tell the government that the direction how the government take on it will affect the image of the party? Can the chairman of the party do that? Can the general secretary of the party, precisely John Boadu, do that, or Freddie Blay? Then go into the institutional body of the party. Can their NEC do that? Can their steering committee do that? Can their council of state? Can their council? Is it the highest body? Is the council of elders? It's not. Yeah, apart from NEC, and their council of elders. Can they also do this? That is also very important. Now, we also look into MPP as a political party. What is happening? You see the great controversy, I think they started. And I'm going to northern region, and I don't want to get the pronunciation wrong. Savologu. So I'm not going to pronounce it anyway. On some suspensions, we are across now. I didn't so a sea was to whom no. Yet the second it will be trim. Alan Chamatibe issued statement. Baumia wasn't clear with the statement. What he instructed the MPP supporters was that they shouldn't channel their energy on this, but rather they should focus on the achievement of the party. These are the issues, and you're getting into it. So you can tell, so there's a lot of issues on board. You bring a Lord Quay from Ghana, Obebuaye. Offer from New York, Obebuaye. You bring a Kingsley, so I believe North Carolina, Obebuaye. Then you say, and so from Atlanta, Georgia, also Obebuaye. Indeed, you better welcome you once more. Quick commercial. So if you happen to be in the state of Massachusetts, now we're looking for a job on the health field, being in a hospital, assisted living group home, or nursing home, or contacted Dunstable Services LLC. Their main office 1934 Lake Avenue, Building 6, Drake MA 01826. Or more direct number office line here 978-654-0002. Okay.
Max morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Acheampong. I'm here today to talk to you about Chalgevity. We all agree that we live in a very, very toxic world, right? From the food we eat, to the air we are breathing, to the water we are drinking, so much contaminants. Glutathione plays a very, very essential role in helping to detoxify us and boosting our immune system. And because we are exposed to all these toxins and also we are growing daily, naturally our levels of glutathione depletes. And as the levels deplete, we are also predisposing ourselves to over 74 major health conditions. So we need to boost or optimize glutathione levels in our body through our patented ribosine technology, which is the solution. Derived from this ribosine technology is our flagship product, which we call Chalgevity. So what is Chalgevity? Chalgevity is essentially a product that is made from ribosine and also contains 12 other synergistic ingredients. So these synergistic ingredients range from aloe vera, cordyceps, vitamin C, grapeseed extracts, resveratrol. All these other synergistic ingredients have tremendous health benefits. Resveratrol is very good for the heart, vitamin C, very good immune booster. Cordyceps, where Asian Chinese folklore, they've been using it for stamina and strength. All these other antioxidants have been added to our patented ribosine, and in combination, we have what we call Chalgevity. Most healthy people will notice that their energy levels have improved, their mental focus is very, very clear, they sleep better, they have reduced aches and pains, and all the other good things that I've mentioned. For most people, within the first 24 hours, they begin to feel some benefits, and as your glutathione level improves, you get other benefits as well. It is important to note that Chalgevity is not a drug, it is a food supplement, and as the glutathione levels are enhanced, miraculous things and amazing things happen to your body. So who should take Chalgevity? Whether you have health challenges or you're perfectly fine, you would benefit from having raised levels of glutathione. For those with health challenges, supplementing Chalgevity, in addition to whatever the doctors have prescribed, has shown to have great outcomes. People improve well, they are recovering faster, and even if you feel you're perfectly fine, because you're going to benefit from the enhanced sleep, your mental focus being sharp, ability to recover from fatigue, stress, and exercise, and you're also going to derive lots of benefits from taking Chalgevity. The dosage is 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening. Take it with lots of water because you want to flush out the toxins that are being washed out of your system. People ask me whether there are side effects to taking Chalgevity, and it's important to know that some people get what we call detoxification reaction. They are bloating, they're using the washroom a lot, headache, but these are signs that the product is actually working. Even as you experience these things, they are not side effects, but they are detoxification reactions. Over the course of a very few days to weeks, these things disappear completely and you're going to get enormous health benefits. So what's the solution? Drink lots of water when you start experiencing detox reactions. If it's excessive, you might want to decrease the dosage to just 1 or 2 capsules a day and then gradually build it back up to the normal dose. But then if you're having allergic symptoms, you're running nose, itchy, redness in your eyes, then you might benefit from another product which we call Max 1. Max morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Acheampong. I'm here today to talk to you about Chalgevity. We all agree that we live in a very, very toxic world, right? From the food we eat, to the air we are breathing, to the water we are drinking, so much contaminants. Glutathione plays a very, very essential role in helping to detoxify us and boosting our immune system. And because we are exposed to all these toxins and also we are growing daily, naturally our levels of glutathione deplete. And as the levels deplete, we are also predisposing ourselves to over 74 major health conditions. So we need to boost or optimize glutathione levels in our body through our patented ribosine technology, which is the solution. Derived from this ribosine technology is our flagship product, which we call Chalgevity. So what is Chalgevity? Chalgevity is essentially a product that is made from ribosine and also contains 12 other synergistic ingredients. So these synergistic ingredients range from aloe vera, cordyceps, vitamin C, grapeseed extracts to resveratrol. All these other synergistic ingredients have tremendous health benefits. Resveratrol is very good for the heart, vitamin C, very good immune booster. Cordyceps, where Asian Chinese folklore, they've been using it for stamina and strength. All these other antioxidants have been added to our patented ribosine, and in combination, we have what we call Chalgevity. Most healthy people will notice that their energy levels have improved, their mental focus is very, very clear, they sleep better, they have reduced aches and pains, and all the other good things that I've mentioned. For most people, within the first 24 hours, they begin to feel some benefits, and as your glutathione level improves, you get other benefits as well. It is important to note that Chalgevity is not a drug, it is a food supplement, and as glutathione levels are enhanced, miraculous things and amazing things happen to your body. So who should take Chalgevity? Whether you have health challenges or you're perfectly fine, you would benefit from having raised levels of glutathione. For those with health challenges, supplementing Chalgevity, in addition to whatever the doctors have prescribed, has shown to have great outcomes. People improve well, they are recovering faster, and even if you feel you're perfectly fine, because you're going to benefit from the enhanced sleep, your mental focus being sharp, ability to recover from fatigue, stress, and exercise, and you're also going to derive lots of benefits from taking Chalgevity. The dosage is 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening. Take it with lots of water because you want to flush out the toxins that are being washed out of your system. People ask me whether there are side effects to taking Chalgevity, and it's important to know that some people get what we call detoxification reaction. They are bloating, they're using the washroom a lot, headache, but these are signs that the product is actually working. Even as you experience these things, they are not side effects, but they are detoxification reactions. Over the course of a very few days to weeks, these things disappear completely and you're going to get enormous health benefits. So what's the solution? Drink lots of water when you start experiencing detox reactions. If it's excessive, you might want to decrease the dosage to just 1 or 2 capsules a day and then gradually build it back up to the normal dose. But then if you're having allergic symptoms, you're running nose, itchy, redness in your eyes, then you might benefit from another product which we call Max 1. Max morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Acheampong. I'm here today to talk to you about Chalgevity. We all agree that we live in a very, very toxic world.
All right, guys, hold on. Me try say me get on board now, Yako. All right, now let me welcome everyone back to the studios, and let's do this. Yes, hold on. All right. Sure. Yeah, Lord will line us, all right? Okay, Lord Quay, let's do this. Yeah, starting off with Worcester issue. My name say why privy to what is happening now, and as only a company say what the cost of Ghana and Kakra. Now with Kennedy or Japan. Now me and my former colleagues, and I say people I've known for quite a while, and I'm more organized deba at Worcester, Massachusetts. It was supposed to take place today, and then I think a program now. Okay, but them say I'm calling it off on it, and to me, there was no need for me to display the old flyer. No. One, and I'm decided on by So I believe Kevin Taylor heard about it. Say program say Baba Bekoso, okay? Lord, so would you me there? Me ma, I subscribe now. You're getting to it. James said Kevin Taylor, it is some mobile bed this issue. And according to Kevin Taylor and Kwaku Skate, Omo say Kennedy, their hands are tainted where Ahmed Swale blood are concerned, where JB Danquest's blood is also concerned. These are all allegations. But before I even move further, let me Ghana police. By now, say come investigate this issue. Okay? In KB are these allegations, and yet to me approve say I think say background here very noisy. Okay, so let's do this. So this gentleman decided to say, Omoma Canada, Japan, Emma McGinney that recognition our state of Massachusetts, which precisely Worcester. Inti the Omoye and say they wrote, but prior to that, no, there are some missing elements here. Because as some know there are different will be anywhere near the whole ballpark now. Will be anywhere near the whole ballpark in the sense at one point, Ebi must say, Kevin Taylor and Kwaku Skate Kasson Babe demonstrated, in which it is their First Amendment right. They have every right to do that. Simple program, no normal maybe. Within certain miles or feet, you bet your mama a demonstration. No demonstration now. I'm betting show, more flyers are some placards, so actually, so this and that and that. Kennedy beat your banner there by now. But behind the scene, we all don't know what happened. Say, there was some back and forth with organizers, any Kevin Taylor, any Kwaku Skate. Because I'm on and you guys are opposing it. But I don't know where that threat came, and I didn't take it different level. So the next thing we all get to know is that Kevin Taylor wrote to the mayor of Worcester, saying, say, this and that is about Kennedy, Japan. Watana live media so threatening the life of a journalist. One journalist based on the utterance has been a lead to the death of that person. Two, JB Dankwanso, I don't know how they try to put it together. I mean, for the purpose of time, but these are our allegations of that Kennedy. So, and almost send you more links and more email Edema Worcester Mayor. And this is what the Worcester Mayor also said. You see, he's a politician, no doubt. Two, he's a smart guy. So we read the report of the Worcester Mayor now. Okay. Adia Worcester Mayor neka Worcester Mayor no person say, "Mami get a report na me bringing it out now and share what the Worcester Mayor said." Okay. Let's do this. It was supposed to be September 4th. Common Worcester was from 11 p.m. sharp. By now, the name saying common point be taking pictures. Program named me so you're calling it off. Now, the entire call the program off no. So then let me see the steps of the whole thing. Into Kevin Taylor, a control letter based on Sir and Yoma Mekai. No, the comma Worcester Mayor, no, ma Worcester Mayor, who said Kennedy or any Baba share the same forum, no, because now Osha, women in the beg give you the key address. They were the special guests, Honorable Kennedy Japan, any Worcester Mayor. No. So this is the response: a free Worcester Mayor, no, or a buy the office precisely. Let's put it that way. Oh, no, this is another issue. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, you know what? In conclusion, this is what the Worcester Mayor said. I will address this issue too. It wasn't too relevant, but I will. This is what the Worcester Mayor said. Oscar said, on the crown, on planning, and yet he's not attending the program. But other Kevin Taylor said, all man like all man are aware. But in subsequent days, I'll be watching the program. That was the summary of the whole thing. Meaning, as a politician and as a smart person, on based on Kevin Taylor statement on their brain into arm and ankle because he still needs the people in Worcester. Okay? But based on the Kevin Taylor presented the man, because as at that night, that afternoon, the man's name was on the flyer. The intent was that he was coming to grace the program with Kennedy Japan. Maso. I'm going to call the program off. And no one necessarily did to the following day, Kennedy also responded from Ghana, saying, say, there was one congressman, what is Johnson, Kennedy, in a submission mentioned, say, Congressman Kwaba Ghana, ever apologize to Ronald Kennedy. I don't know, now, Kevin Taylor contacted that congressman, and it came out to be, say, it's not what Kennedy actually account on the platform. So that issue in the program, through this, it leaded to litigation. What we are likely to see is or the information from Kennedy Nagasa Ma for Kai. Say, I'm prepare a day. I'm defaming in a court. So a lot of questions are nipa be busano. And then I also heard this from Daddy Fred from Announcer Newspaper. Daddy Fred came to insist that Sunday Kennedy Air by US. I have to file a lawsuit, So we'll get into the questions, As it stands right now, let's get into the questions as to what Daddy Fred said, what Kennedy said, and we've already established that. And to come by program now, so one. That's what Kevin Taylor and Kwaku Skate wanted to achieve. At the end, they did it. They were able to achieve it. If I were them, I would have bypassed this and moved on and organized my program. But I don't know why the organizers in the J chose to call it off. Daddy Fred this morning also said, say, may I necessarily a Labor Day weekend, our plans. You see, that also counters what Kevin Taylor came to tell the public. But that one, we'll leave it for the public to decide on. You're looking into the legal aspect and what we are likely to see. Now, Kennedy is coming to United States Sunday, according to Daddy Fred. He's coming to file a lawsuit against Kevin Taylor and Kwaku Skate. That is my belief, because these are the two people Oma Aji case on the bar on Paneka, almost on Omo West, and these guys are alleging, say, Okun Ahmed Swale, based on the prior utterances being leading to the death of Ahmed Swale. Two, JB Dankwa wounds in some of their videos, they are also alleging, say, Kennedy, the guy at someone made mention, say, Omiti Kennedy said another in the Suma, no sudden purposely, say, Bema MPP about power. Okay. These are hearsay, wait to say. Now, you get to the basis, and let me respond to some of the questions that Bimo bringing up before the issue. Whether Kennedy Japan can use the United States court system to bring defamation case against Kevin Taylor and Kwaku Skate. The answer is very simple. It's yes, he can. Okay. The second issue, at what kind of claim and Kennedy be establish it against Kevin Taylor and I say Kwaku Skate. Whatever I'm saying, let me put it this way. Let me put a caution. It doesn't intend to be a legal education, but per my projections, this is what we are likely to see. What I say, obey to me, I bring a legal action against them. I establish here, what type of claim, and obey to me, they are back against this gentleman. What we are likely to see is obey to me, I bring a law action on defamation. So under defamation, what type of defamation? You see, there are two types to that. You war slander, so then I know I can't say no, and you libel and or church. But where Kevin Taylor is concerned, it him saying same be or no can be, no sounds true be. So at this point, Kennedy be to me, I take both defamation under slander, defamation under libel. Okay. But with Kwaku Skate, I don't know about the writing skill. I don't mean to disrespect him. I don't know much about him. But based on stories about Bontini, I don't know, like I made mention, say, he was making the phone calls, but Kevin Taylor was sending the emails. So if I should go by that, what Kwaku Skate did, Kennedy can take Kwaku Skate on slander, because on the Nina, then I know any kind of okay? All right. So, what court never accepted this issue? The court that is likely to accept this issue is likely to be the United States state courts or United States federal courts. Kennedy ankasa making a submission or say kaya or say he Kennedy Japan give up the green card on one of the which contradict with Kevin Taylor position. Kevin Taylor is saying say no, Kennedy Japan green card omoji this is diplomatic passport. That is not relevant here. The only reason why I brought that in, they establish the kind of quota Kennedy beat me a sa gentleman meanway akujina court. That's why I brought that background in. One, Kennedy, as it stands right now, is a citizen of Ghana. Kevin Taylor, to the best of my knowledge and the message out there, is a citizen of the United States. The United States federal courts allow foreigners to bring legal action or law cases, okay, against their own nationals, or it even allows two foreigners to come and try their case here. They welcome them. Some people even use that as a vessel to get a visa to the country. Now, the only time this case can get to federal court, you ask yourself, it's a pure civil issue, but they still have the right, still have the grounds to go to federal court. The answer is yes, because they are going to file what we call diversity action, or a claim based on diversity. Kennedy Japan is a citizen of Ghana. Kevin Taylor is a resident and a citizen of Virginia or United States. Therefore, there's a complete diversity here. Now, in order for Kennedy case to go to United States Federal Court, the damages or they hit Kennedy Japan, they exceed more than 75,000. Okay? Plus 75K plus. So assuming you see for 76,000 or 100,000, 200,000, straight out, it goes to federal court. Or meet that standard, Okay. Now, one important thing back also say case could do court on now. It means as it stands right now, say kwaku skirt and changing the residency. I learned so also sort of Virginia and New York. But say Kennedy ne say Kevin Taylor no kwaku skirt mean act Virginia there Kennedy into me file diversity action at US federal court. Or yes, I can dismiss the case right away. So he have to be very careful in this situation. I hope so. Also, why we choose the best lawyers in this country, they can help him. Okay, so, but because at one point some people were saying, say, Kokuskete and Sote, Virginia, and I can tell us to Virginia. Yes, I won't meet the standard, None of the parties should come from the same state as the other. Meaning, say Kevin Taylor at Virginia and Kokuskete to New York, Kennedy's right to go to federal court. But the question is, obetumi file this case we so a state court Kevin Taylor etiana. Yes. And also a standard na say omiti. Now Now what are some of the relevant issues? Now let's take the whole thing as a defamation case. There are two elements when it's show. One, Kennedy Japan has been injured. All what he needs to show is to show these two elements. One, intent. You have to prove that the intent of Kokuskete and Kevin Taylor was said not only the good anymore. Two, we show intent in area, also prove the case, a negligent act, and you're looking for her. It was negligent on their part to talk in that manner. But in Casa, you see, it's like I'm telling, let me say, Daddy Fred is so let me put it this way. I'm saying Daddy Fred, hey, thief. All what I need to show, Daddy Fred needs to prove, and they say, Nami will intend to be good anymore. Daddy Fred is a thief. Daddy Fred have to counter me to sound me say, me prove the intent or your for right away, Daddy Fred are winning defamation case. In most jurisdictions, I won't give you so much attention to defamation cases as they do in Ghana. Because there's a very famous case where Israel won a case against the New York Times. Fine, the court ruled in favor of the New York Prime Minister, the then Benjamin Netanyahu, if I'm right. But the court did not give them the money because also they couldn't show the actual damages. Okay? Now, that case in the Grandpa and that channel. Young court into this issue. The entire cardi way is simple because I try to bear one trial per boom. Unless a woman has a bit delay. Say all what they need to show is almost show Kevin Kennedy Japan have to question Kokuskete and Kevin Taylor to prove why it's almost on the coon. I'm a swallow, no sounds on the hands in JB Danko. any Erasmus case also are threatened. On show me name the content of complaint, but I bother on one of these issues or to bother on all these 2 or 3 of these issues I'm bringing it up. But say the equation will change here because of the characters in place. Kevin Taylor Kwakusket, they are renowned journalists, okay? Kennedy Japan is a politician, a well-known or established businessman, or say a public figure. It is our standard that who prove say a negligent act in use in their situation. But what they are likely to do or what we are going to see in say the court in its own way will see second Kennedy Japan should prove malice. And that is a very high standard. Okay? And then many penny be in common. Also now what did you matter? No, so you do at MBA. What claim do you have to bring to court? So who can be Kevin Taylor? And I can tell us okay. So what is the purpose of going to court? 2. I don't mean initially be blaming Ghana police in any. Okay, about inferences. Bako Baby infer say what's his name? The guy in someone, the cook JB and a Kai and a way Kai. So it's more or less like Kevin Taylor and Kwakusket are quoting people's utterances or people's claim. People that have direct interest in the issue. Okay? And now Kennedy is also going to battle on. But then therefore the burden comes on them. But here's the case of inferences. There are almost quoting statements and claims that are coming out from Nkrofo. That is going to make it very complex. So a bit tricky. The trend will change from normal civil trial, okay? Because very too messy. But looking at Kromua defamation cases in India, trust me, any easy so bit I win it. Yakas already in renowned one prevailing. Okay, the election petition, So man now ye pillow on a Trump lawyer now, governor organize the election so court. That issue is pending. You see, here because of the First Amendment right and the press freedom, and easy so when the defamation cases. Unless there is a very clear cut or there are some type of defamation cases be over to me I win like defamation per se say be maybe will be profession a cassetiano and now say maybe say be will be yare one home leprosy and now yare boni be na medi twanim poa. Those things are clear. But them being politicians and them being journalists, it's going to be a very messy thing. But issue into now let's get to the last question on this now for Yanko. They say there's an issue with criminal issue. Say our case we are moving into civil case, A bit to me it leads to criminal prosecution of Kennedy Japan. The answer is no. No in the sense that Kennedy on your resident and now on your citizen of United States. Okay? So a resident in permanent resident that would have been a different issue. But so a permanent resident, because you couldn't try because most of the facts and taking place are also free. But so Kevin Taylor moment what the position of Kennedy Japan they could have tried him here. Because US any Ghana, you that agreement, okay? That non-surrender treaty now is signing here. American citizens didn't about trying. But here's the case that is not the equation. To that criminal aspect, and Kennedy will come here. Or Bano winning a civil seat and are fine. Yet didn't see can be a mano. So Kevin Taylor and Kwakusket or property, they will attach the property on by execution here near the Nadiaman. But Lucy case in this one, there's no criminal thing binding him. Kennedy will go free. Fine, lawyers need you to Bonica. But that issue near phantom chain. Now, as to saw more circulating, I think baby I didn't do I take a level of litigation. Deba Nangasareno ambasso, chappy piasso. Name calling, blame game. See umpa who support Kevin Taylor and automatically become enemy of MPP and Kennedy Japan. It shouldn't be that way. You address issues as it is. Before we start accusing people, and then in a couple of messages were on phones. I didn't like it. Mama, you make it just as some I can correct. Me, I didn't tell mammy who bear me spending much time on this issue. Yeah, me who said may I not responding to Kevin Taylor issue, and I just WhatsApp it. I mean, you see WhatsApp status a lot, and I said, oh, Kevin Taylor is so powerful and influential in our contemporary politics. Asama me kan ye ni. Asama kan go ejiro. Asama me kan ye. Any say me muma ko support Kevin Taylor. He's not my enemy. He's a young man, I think, say, all yet the work of the nation. But at a partisan level, you may have certain people on the other side of the political corridor who will be against him. But I strongly believe, say, I may have more reservations about Nejuma Oye. But as to speaking to issues, his fight against corruption, fighting for the needy people, you can't take that away from him. So, a journalist, a good guy, and will follow the trend of this gentleman or two. Yeah. Sebu and why be enemy to go for Bimona. I think Seka Ghana can you way forward. Saving Brabu Crano, Bono Taro. I dare me go post any and I go for Gangi or me. I don't want to get so much into it. One as I stated earlier, may I call the bluff of it. But see, as to say, we no can reach it away, we don't go away, mommy ending or now the battle. As it's now heading to court. I'll be more glad Sir Kennedy pursue the legal action. I say, or the gentleman, or the guys in the court, and let's see what the court decides. Okay? Okay. Now, Yanko. Another issue I want listeners. Yeah, when you outside the person Kennedy must have a Right, Lord.
Yeah,
I'm very sorry for putting you on hold for that long. But with the obey recap kakre so tie I mean Ghana so matibi between Honorable Kennedy Acheampong, Kwakuske based in I believe New York or Virginia. I'm sure the name the actual domicile. And Kevin Taylor based in Virginia. I believe he's in Alexander. Say Nanka Kennedy be program kakrebu and Kevin Taylor and Kwakuske a gangi on him say the conduct to be as a public person or transit be making it the one making a pass LED to Kofobi. I'm going to report in me am a former police and I'm Worcester. Mayor now, honor. Based on that, you don't need say mayor statement no making was too ambiguous. Kasa was just talking like a politician as a smart person. Mayor name to me according to Lord, did they watch your Lord? Okay.
Is it better?
Perfect. According to Daddy Fred is also na me and know a lot of programs. So the question I am that mokoma ni data mo ni din be share flyer as no. Want me am cancel. Anyway, Lord, the Ghana, so how are you people reacting to this issue? Now young come to Yensem, so there were a lot of relevant issues to talk about.
I mean, Ghana, first of all, with regard to Kevin Taylor and Kennedy Acheampong, I can't call him honorable. With regard to the both of them, okay, with regard to this matter, because, I mean, Kennedy Acheampong already, we know the utterances that he makes.
Oh, okay. Lord, let's not spend so much time on the two of them. Why? Lord. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
All right, Lord, we can hear you. Yanko, Kasa.
So, I mean, with regards to Kennedy Acheampong and Kevin Taylor, but I mean, I think majority of Ghanaians side with what Kevin Taylor said, because he's truly made strategies, and he must, how do we call it? He must, kind of say, oh yeah, what kind of man? What kind of movie? Now, I dare bet you know if I only one. I mean, okay, for every legal right or every moral right you as a person over and so it what's the definition?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So the mayor to being a smart politician on person didn't know compare. You understand? I mean the people over here you don't understand that. But I mean those of you out there know that certain things shouldn't align yourself because you're going to have expectations in the near future. You don't have a kind of thing. And so you knew this kind of person, and then you went to honor his state. Might go against you in your future campaign.
Right.
So that's a very smart thinking mayor. And then I hope some of we Ghanaians would take a cue from that. So with regard to Kennedy and I am glad that no one can do it. Wherever the covering and Papua or anyway more and all those, we take it as two tokens when they are fighting.
Right.
But yes, Kevin has legitimate, claims to still be on Kennedy's support because he's for here he's not accountable for anything. And like you were saying, I'm not a legal person. So if you people have, because of your press freedom and stuff, feel you can still pursue the case and rely on people's parents and you feel it's good to get somewhere with it, yeah, man, no, because good luck.
All right, Lord. I'm glad the way Ghanaians have taken this issue. When was it that we see here? I have the issues, kakra, but sorry, I have been raising a lot of issues. But let's do this. I think this is a baby Drew. No, I get it off the hands of WCC. Now, what we are likely to see now, Yenja use the court system to battle. What I say, and I think I didn't what will happen. Send a walk. For now. We see watch it to see in a way to say. So I insult in your move go on their appearance now. And too relevant. Now, Unim, before I remember other colleagues not joining on. Lord, what line is so? Okay, Unim, yeah, and net topics in it's enough of Kennedy Japan and it's enough of Kevin Taylor and Kusket. What I can say is I wish them good luck. Now, Ubibusam say it's all about Worcester. I'm saying about the 4 videos are wire and the show, the discussion are solely based on Worcester. But anyway, Honana send me free by I believe say now all dwell on it now. Me fa kwa wish na Minchia Emrantia Hene. Now Minchio that in so Michia Senior Gomez. I'm saying all life. Now, you're talking about insecurity in Ghana. Lord, what line is it? After this quick break, now you're talking about security of the country, which is very important. More than important. Just in August, hundreds of people and resume lives in Ghana. A lot of guns, unregistered guns. You mean very simple. As a COVID now. That is a critical society say. Yeah, but you losing a life. And I heard one security analyst saying, say assassination or violence has become political weapon. And it's clearly what is happening. When you get assassinated, you go scot-free. All right, let me welcome you guys back to the show. Lord, all line is so. Do sense all line is right?
Yep.
All right, senior. Mommy, I need you in through. I'm saying I can say our topics. Mommy, I'm talking about the security of the country. What do you say?
Yeah, hello. So you're talking about what security?
Yeah, Ghana, your security. No, see, what a lot of people are saying is that the security of the country. I break it down because just the month of August, Okay, City News are over 300 people. And I'm robbery. We actually to meaning there are a lot of guns in the country. At one point, yeah, gun amnesty. Yeah, who maybe you could see a background noise or about me and check it. Okay, so Obekaya say no could see it. Thank you. Insecurity not also Ghana pa. I mean, sir, gruesome murder, Ubia Kuchu, Obi the big rituals, no, and no grand chain. Plain day or open assassination. The question we want to ask ourselves today, it be more, alleged say, militants now you get your move into the security forces and one main cause. Two, it's been a culture of the government. So, Kasaya near certain security forces be a na say kokko bo no and na amankofu bebre developers our culture and say me ya afa me ho adidi a and are any because we observe it since 1992, but the current security in the country some are also saying the security forces are not well equipped. When you say it lead to the death of foreign journalists be and you say what is your take on the current security in the country, the causes and its solution? We are not Lord what pick offer all let you say enche obe join here.
My journey also.
Oh, of our lines. Oh, okay.
My back.
All right. Then walk on okay. I do say.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, Otomeka.
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. So let's go.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, I do say Atunka and Tukasa.
Oh, okay. Me, let's say, anyway, make sure will be, now. That's it. So, Mr. Sir, security, we are blaming the militants. Which militants are we talking about? Which ones did we allow to the system?
Oh, we're talking about, you see, I mean, I read some report. What they are trying to say is, sir, once you groomy, you see, I don't want to call them the party militants, We have our invisible forces, we have our Delta forces, we have the Azuka boys, Panda something forces, Panda something forces. You know what I'm trying to say? We are not getting the right people into the security forces, to the security agencies.
Yeah.
And look at causes are. So that's what I was trying to put across.
Okay. So I think it's that because of politics, wrong people have been employed in the military.
Yes, that's one thing.
Hence, the lack of action and okay. That one, I'm going to try to look at that one. I know for Wendy, I think it makes some sense because government empowered here. He's going to take advantage of some of these things to promote on one youth. I do not think as I say, no more security buffer because over the years, every single government that I can remember has done it. Okay. We've taken advantage of them being in power and recruited people. And I don't believe over the years our security services have gone down as a result of that. For me, I will not blame that. What I feel, Mr. We are now becoming too indisciplined. Now the other part now looks as if people are able to get away with whatever they are doing for some reason. It's becoming more. As I say, it's not even. I won't say this particular government, but Ghana has been moving towards the point that admire amount for Muska in any capacity, not to say Nigeria for you. You get it. It's society now by say you will be a Wuska, you will boga, you will say. And I say a human soul saying, well, and I am very, very desperate. And population also, a portion of it, are not very educated. So when you look at the way the spiritual aspect of it, is taking advantage of these kind of people, what are here, promising them heaven, promising them life without doing anything, pray and you get it and those things. And the giant massa your money now cost. So for now, I will not even blame the current government, but I'll blame the systematic failure for everybody. Say you better that spiritual, you better control your spiritual growth, What I say, more say you need answer kakra. Yeah, chere say utimi di nipa ti bama utinya uba benane Canada Japan na ubenane we utimi say enya the pie say chere so that yeah but TV announcement yeah advert so that yeah so for kese so bi ni betumi atena TV so aka say udi nipa nsaba ubenya skasi udi nipa ti ba ubenya skasi so Ubi to me, and I say, I was told the step a Captain Smart program. So, and this guy was talking about how he killed this one. I buried this. And all we are doing this because of you. 2,000 people who are going to like this stupid lesson. There's also going to be some 100 people who actually didn't believe it.
Okay.
So, we have to say society, this is America. There are some because a foolish person is always protected in this society. Like, what I say, Nipana or conform dress now, or who believe you say, who did Nipati bar now, you say, Nana, why conform the time board one. Yeah, my own may yes, but no crown how they are confused because we've seen a situation that Trump abetas will be in bleach our country. So you can imagine what the attack and advert can do to people.
Right.
You get it. And we should have built a society where we should depoliticize some of these things. And yet we've been growing like this. Recently, I'm never down to be Kata. And they catch us and we call Ghana, I think 3-4 years ago. Now you can't say here. Ghana for us of work as here for you more. Preach. So I'm saying about GHANA. But before that, you see, I know Yanji. Now, when Madame make a spirit, I know they say, they say, I always say, we'll soon maybe I saw for the so now may catch them Madame to be. That's how you start taking care of campaigning. You were laughing at these people. So I'm saying, so maybe the guy didn't know you. So what I'm trying to say is, it's an amount for education here and awareness here. Nkambe who say sikaduro no nsheda nya eduma even saka wano kora na amoka say obi okoji sika bi oso okoji eduro bi o malam I mean unya broni no niska malam be ne betima ye oduro 20 pounds 20 bi ama broni na nya sika 1 pound ndi za oya lucky na okonya broni be o sika na o pet no ye eduma e papa o good mabusu afo o say na uye mu a now I'm a malam be so attention so then I drink a credit for home. Now I do now I take advantage of I think that right now media can blame the political situation not for what is really happening. But over the period, we have been going from that where you been in board, those prayers, Bible, Holy Spirit, the Jabba show your caution for panties. No man but TV, so I'm asking a for TV station. And a TV station is also no. Crashing. And almost 77 almost said any review on way apart from watching such program. It's your same Korea or Mukum was a cake thing. So on so very TV. And I'll say no move forward. I collect it. Not getting to me processing the whole. No, I say the Panaqua, the Weber Venus, and yes, yes, I want to admit that they are going to join a political party. Minister 50. Until we become planning Biswa, almost to make a way begin a politician. Indeed, there is a lot of bad things that we are teaching the society. I say, here we are going to blame this current government. Maybe on from the look of things, this current government is almost out of the picture. There won't be any point that Mahamaka and there won't be any point to keep doing it. But we should be looking at at the end, no say boy, because once we start going that direction, they are going to say, oh no, we recruited, everybody recruited, then you come back to it. So that's what I think. I don't want to blame the government.
No, I understand. I'm saying I don't know how they are from the crowd. Watching agency another issue. It's more like a societal thing because of rituals involved in it. You know, I think you also. But I do say my question is simple. A societal thing. Don't you also think there's security forces almost stepping up, kakra?
Oh, I believe they should step up. The problem with security forces over the period has been the lack of whatever they use to fight some of these things, right? And then a police service any bulletproof, and then our money cars, and then our money. So, hello.
Yeah, I just say you're on the line.
Oh, okay. So and then understaff. And way the tool. Yes, I believe there should be counseling units even more. There should be national education. Apart from some of these things, we are not doing them as a country. So I want us to rather look at that. National psyche, your sickness level at this point of time. Because what I'm even afraid, some people too, I think I read somewhere about I think some NDC guy also, yes, for today, some secret audio be by they were going to call some of these chaos because they wanted to win power or something. You guys, that's a more kind now, NDC for if you don't take care, some people too are going to stand on that direction and say, that's why I call this because say mayhem to make the government unpopular. Another argument can also be that is what they are doing. And let me remind you, in Ghana, we have that history. There was a time I knew a man on a identity. Later on, dead bodies amount for shed and imported. If we some other countries to come and force
offer. We sweat to police report now. They after this is sweat to police report now. They are really after the perpetrators now. Meaning family members have made complaints to them. Aside visibility, so like Omega say families have claimed the dead bodies of them. Because what you can call for good free Jim, I've seen you now. Now, a U.S. report or here from the U.S. Embassy now, over 300 people within a month of August. Say too much. So anyway, I think societal part must be addressed. The detective side of the police must also step up and see our ritual or herbal centers. Let's see how that also works. In your conclusion on that issue, my name said there are more 3 issues. Who study in the escape? One can be. Japan and Kevin Taylor. I don't know.
And their victory.
Yeah, fan to baby. What's that?
But then their victory power for a young boy. What is a clock to be everything like to on a rich man. It makes the country.
Sorry.
A victory, my
Oh, I want me to tell you. My sister, I think Kevin is stop here away from coming over.
Anyway, I can't know you today. What them say you were late into next time no about them. Why you say? All right. Offer.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, I apologize. I do have to hold for too long.
Me okay.
Also say the first topic and I didn't can't the brand on home, but now there was a need to address that issue because one I was nearly dragged into that issue. Then I said, Mr. Mekaho Asam Kakra about Kennedy, Japan, Kwaku Skirt, and Kevin Taylor. My grandma said some of my facts in the world they were not accurate in the sense that Kwaku Skirt grab me sort to New York and also to Virginia. But anyway, me find no waste of time. Who are interested, you can just give 30 seconds on that. If not today, I am the most important thing, the security of the country. Offer. You see, I didn't say me person mess site we see. Why what it be too much. People are saying that. The security in the country has actually broken down. It has gotten out of hand. So we have no control. Yeah. What is your take?
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, dear.
Abacha, wait there. A topic here, a good topic. I think a taka home asem dada, and it was also part of the reason why the fix the country demonstration was being asked by the whole country. Say Omobe demonstrated to fix the country. One of the main key topics for fixing the country demonstration, security reason.
Right.
As I speak right now, Abacha, and you yourself, you can deduce from the fact that right now, and yet easy for us at all. Security has been a very big problem in the country. Ever since 2017 January, the MPP government took over. If we want to do comparison analysis, there's no way any of us here can say, though can come out and tell us our security, what do we call it? Security situation have improved. Never. It is never true. It is continuously going down. And as at now, the level now you you see, the whole thing has been that, like we're trying to say, conversation from the beginning. It is the actual fact on the ground. It is because of the way the current government, trying to incorporate into the system, infiltrating those invisible forces and then Delta forces and whatsoever that they had all of them in the region. And the main reason was that they were going to use them to win power. And actually they used them. Because if you look at it, when they were in opposition, before they could even come into government, we heard it, and we even some were arrested. That Akufo-Addo in opposition by then went to South Africa to bring people down to come and train these people. And they were even arrested in some hotel somewhere. You see, at the beginning, we took it so light, though some people were sent back. That wasn't the end of it. There were other people that were in vantage point that they were not able to discover them. And these people were well groomed and trained. Even prior to 2016, what was it 2020 election? Not yet training. Was it 2020 election that they were training some people at the Plaster House when Manasseh Azure went and discovered that the whole Bastama and two free country no. What they are saying? These are people South Africa kakra on Ezra.
It wasn't Ezra. It was a self-decision one.
You see, these are the very people, they have received training and actually, acquire training I received training, until at the end of the day, we can use it, we can abuse that power that we have been given. And the thing too, the power has been given them from above, right from the top hierarchy, which is the executive body. They are aware of these people. So that is why they could come out and do anything. They could go almost starting at 2017. Nanka Bruce near Bunu Plaster House.
I don't like doing this. Most so be me say me kasana will be na lose method process. But myself work within a time frame because you were about 3 strong topics. I say talking about
and if you look at all this Nanka Bruce near Bunu Yahushe, security BB coordinator in Ashanti. You see, it started from there. And now continue to Ayawaso, the same this thing. Now BBNC, the Ayawaso report to buy government in Amfan Yajuma, Emily Short report to the buy. Yes, it's a component in Ayomadi. Akufo-Addo was still maintaining them at post. You see the whole thing now. If people could do this and they will not be punished, why is it that the rest will not continue to do it? Meanwhile, you should have punished those people to serve as a deterrent to the rest. BBC or Best Committee. Go into the committee for me. The report to buy. No, they are under the carpet or branching under the carpet. You see, and if you look at the whole thing, look at recently Abacha. If you are not aware, let me you what in Koso. Now say I be a wako robo bina ne card I one or MPP ID card. from one of the constituencies, only written, and also a member of the security, as a security member in the plaster house. And this thing was moving around. You can just imagine a whole security personnel for a country operating from the plaster house was caught in robbing somebody. What you say? And what is going on? Robbing in Ayekuni Panso. And we have several of them. And when you recently, and you security wants my year canon about and these are the very people, the invisible forces. They are double. Yeah, that time. No, we don't know the sanction they gave double. Look at what happened to those that were killed during the 2020 election. Akwana Oshutu, a guy no or Kankwe or Saidefa constituency Kuno. So the plaster house. He's from the plaster house and he's a national security member. You can imagine about that. And Kadea then up to today, yes, and people like that could do that and go scot free. I didn't think I can continue. And how can maybe so about that? This invisible forces, yeah, fight the NDP back power in 2016. Almost say, almost they will take the law into their own hands. Okay, almost ready a platform power and in the form of press conference. These are the very people that are in the system. Weapons they were given when they were being trained. Yeah, the very people robbing people, shooting here and there, and be killing everybody everywhere. And we can, every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the country can attest to the fact that Abacha, right from before 2016. I am not saying say before 2016. At the end of 2016, I'm not saying that everything was perfect under the NDC and Mahama, but crime and then this kind of insecurity wasn't rampant like this. But today, as I speak, it is very rampant and ubiquitous throughout the whole length and breadth of the country. In the villages, it is there. In the cities, it is also there. It is everywhere. So what you say? We wonder, Mahama, at least it wasn't like there was one or two, but it wasn't as rampant as this. And the cause of it is the government, the president, the executive. It's because of that he cannot try to find any ways and means to bring it down. Emily Short brought a commission that those people who caused that thing at Awayawasu, they should be punished. They are still there. Some people should also be taken out from their job. They have been promoted. Abacha Suohu. It is time for when Munina, Azugu Munina, you see a you Munina. What you say? But today they are still working and they have been even promoted. And see, when the things like that are going on, other people will see, say, oh, when they say we can do what, and then America say, Abacha, I need a friend who let's say fair, no. That is the type of leadership that I'm talking about.
Yes,
laissez-faire means allow. Yes. Yo, laissez-faire means so. Akufo-Addo is using three types of leadership: autocracy, autocratic rule, and then laissez-faire. Laissez-faire, no just allow everybody to do whatever they want, and it's exactly what we are seeing today. It will be to be a lawlessness. Obi a nyawhwe. And then this are rampant killing near the. They say one will be near Wiano, Yakukunwa, and robbery, and say about you would be every day, baby. Every district, every village, every constituency, there is killing, there is shooting, seizing, taking money, and killing people at the same time. So what you say? Nina started from here. And when we talk, they are not making any what we can effort by the government in order to calm it down. It is rather increasing because the people that are involved in the robbery or involved in the incident are coming from the camp of the ruling government.
Yeah, so but also colleague in a person, this episode says we shouldn't look at it from a political perspective in the sense nipa bebre na a beauty free so a societal issue because no be up square rituals no be no hunyeska bebre.
Yes,
and also, Papa, making it clear. I think also the criminals in the system are taking advantage of the lapses that we are having. Take advantage of the situation. The COVID is making crime rate go up almost everywhere. If we want to be, but the government recruitment in India, it has been happening. So then we can't blame everybody for the systematic failure be through this level.
So like,
ending.
like we are saying that, like people also too hurry in order to be rich, like the Sakawa boys and stuff also. And also, but if you look at a situation, the security now break it down. Ama enyama we no abede too much, too rampant, starting from the seat of the government, because there was so many instances right from the seat of the government or national security national security now we who say only the akakabi
Time up.
yes sir.
You're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
All right.
In wrapping up, no, Abacha, what I was saying is that security need there. I sit here and some anything I got one of the factors. There was 6 main factors. Why this is it's one of the reasons why Ghanaians were saying that fix the country, because security, are breaking down. It is nothing good to write home about, and Ghanaians are just dying day in and day out like that. And everything, if you can read media in Twitter, majority, greater part, emanating from the seat of the government, which is the invisible forces now incorporating into the various security services. And then security sources, military, there were 2 military men. There were the proper military and the one from the government. Let me use this word to describe them. They are improvised military men. Police service are the same thing. There were the right police and improvised policemen. They are coming from the government side. Fire service, the same thing. Migration, the same thing. All the security agencies, we have the proper security. If it is police, the proper police, and then what do you call it? The improvised one, which is coming from the government side. Just improvise and get the correct police uniform. But if you look at it, it's the same thing. And they don't have the same similar training. It makes in them. So what they say. And not until the government sit up to clean up. So they clean up in all the security agencies now. This thing will never stop, Abacha. It will continue like that.
Oh, but you see, it has become a major concern, because trust me.
Papa, too much.
Let
me add it. So just 30 seconds. Gradually, Abacha, Ghana is becoming like South Africa in those days. Have you seen it? Night fall in Soweto. When you are going out, you don't know whether you'll be coming back. So if you are going out that time in South Africa, you have to get a weapon in your pocket so that you can defend yourself. Gradually, that is where Ghana is heading towards now. Nightfall in Soweto, it is a short point. Because who Pierre, who names of it back and the only thing that you could do in order to make sure that you can come back is to get a weapon into your pocket. And how Ghana heading towards today?
Let's do this. Lord, Caroline as well. All right, Lord, you ain't taking on security issue. You ain't wrapping up on that topic. All right. I think, my recap kakra. So, will be background. I don't know what is happening. Radio, this is what is happening. Most Ghanaians are saying, robbery incidents. Ghanaians no longer feel safe. Ghana must up its game, according to Minority Position. Police on manhunt for suspected armed robbers who escaped during shootout. 5 suspected armed robbers behind the Famena Bulon van attack has been arrested. Congratulations. And once they leading to the death of a foreign journalist. If you crap so just say need to throw more light on it, Well, because I Ghana hobby. Now here police for also motor almost service and integrity. Sorry, service with integrity. Indeed, Lord Kay, as Ubia what system name, how do you feel? And what is the way forward?
With the and you make maybe I mean and then I have this personal assistant. There were meetings being we in them or Asama Lebanon or Asama Lebanon. Yeah. On my mate, I said our friend. So, Jeremiah or no, the me yeah, I mean, the scan of me. I told me for them in the banner bar. It's all the insecurity because almost fear or many more. Boys, to me, sorry, I'm not no much now. Be or be between be a better phone and now back and now, be beer, they will take it.
Wow.
You understand? And the police here, the police at Ashama, traffic light, nothing. Who car, then they are taking money. Extortion, you get it? I mean, we are tired. But the major cause of all of this is the economy.
It's the economy, right?
If the economy is right, Obiana, PPP, Kaka, to the bottom, and then all of that. One and a paper battery, a friend say, okay, Juma, a phone, a kita, no, a family. You understand? Or be our own member, whatever, and then what my two colleagues were saying, I don't side with. I do say that you cannot blame the government, any of the government, because they do recruit people that they are not qualified. They don't know what they are doing over there. These people that they recruit end up becoming armed robbers. I mean, there's several cases that these people, these thugs, I haven't, but then some of the news that I've read, these thugs were part of, government machine, the political whatever. You understand? So, it's about time that we sit straight, and then I don't know how the military and the police can take out these stuff. How people are recruited into the military and the police, knowing their background is not good, and then because this big man is saying that, then they recruit the person. Not betting them, not baba bet,
Anyway, Lord, when you talk about your military, the Nanka and Tessa, and then him say, I take some dimension be. Who's the first and police and your pointy fingers on them much. But it's the Ghana forces and so I say, GF and I saw some more yaba too much, after the election,
Yes, a friend say, big boss can Japan. Also, I was say a fact. Pop into power and there was a fact a young crop for a normal protected your ballot and other stuff. You understand? Only one an hour Baba name with regards to any with regards to the NDC, but I'm sure a political party become an idea make house. You understand? I'll do the same thing.
Anyway,
and it's not helping all of us. So I do side with Wafa.
All right,
and
Lord.
then I again side with I do say on the what we see on the television and all those things.
I just was looking at the rituals and they say it might have been coming from this. It might be a societal issue relating it to.
And also,
that's what
and society has advanced, right? Your crime, we are not going to be doing crime the way we did it 10 years ago. Okay, there's technology, there is everything. And for me, in the America, COVID time, there have been issues of more than at any point in time in the history. There have been crime that is rising. So I think also through time, maybe we look at a change in approach. Or there's a community-based protection, kind of. Or there's no cry, the license now available to individuals to protect themselves. We can't always ask police, even in places like America. Any issue be to Yamana easy to get it. So at least if the police is not responding as quickly as they should, where you get it. But main fear, and say when we narrow it to the political people, it's going to be one away. Then if the whole thing is society has developed, so our times are not going to be like.
Abacha.
All right,
This one
guys.
there, I have to put it inside. But give me 30 seconds. Yeah, Lebanon. A quite onam so I'll bet my uncle. Because me a quite and yes, only nam quite so daily. Watch a made in a uncle for it was all baby. But how? Yeah, someone.
All right, Lord, let's do this. You know what? I think Ghana Police Service under the new IGP, Dampari is doing well. But you see, on looking at it more from a national perspective, in himself political pressure ready to come because there's a lot of security challenges in the country right now. Unim says you get it military. She said, "I'm person virtue. I'll say and get you involved. No more police for no because of the happen where elections are." You could bo nipa be 9 to up to date. You to me bring them to book. Oh, convert. Oh, go to conquer shame say I'm military. No me boape. Ne dia some over. Anyway, I think it's individuals now to take their own security into their hands. You want to be a CEO or DSO or something. One of the suburbs is called Diaso. And then I may check a report. Community for Nankasa Chase Am Robert, so no 5 and a 2 hour skippy. It is a each other skipper. Sassen be bape right away na normal boy.
Okay. Yeah, and I think Okra is a good opportunity for employment. You know, you to know area now.
Also, the thing is that it's very dirty. Because how do you determine that this person is? I don't know. I know been a Major Mahama. Who said I'm robber. So community
police here.
Yeah, and taking things into their hands and stuff.
No. They shouldn't take things into their hands. But the community police will be made from people in the community, especially more and more unemployed. The community also in to say where you have that neighborhood watchdog. So you can always contribute a little bit. So many just for your security. If you are going to wait for the government, you are going to die. Just pay 5 cedis into some coffer. That's all this community. We are going to use our own children who know us in this community. And you can design how they can protect you. What I say, no private me protect. I'm away. They can know a strange person in the place and confront them. Then cast will be useful, right?
Guys, let me have a conclusion on the security of the country because we are still left with 3 major issues. In the 6 o'clock. I understand. All right, let's do this. When we're talking about corruption over the week, or in the course of the week, say, some a press conference. The theme of the press conference was to focus on corruption. This is what happened. Some years corruption analysis, a press conference in the year, and check in a CDD. It didn't respond to by MPP phones so a internal countering. Almost counter our press conference. So we now move a fair now. In the CDD report, it seems to have concluded. And McMenu, who has been a MPP, McMenu, about counter. John Boyd also countered it. And now let's get into what the CDD said. Because the reason I focus on CDD report and I say it takes us from partisan level to a level of as a CSO. Okay, so CDC report, so here it was 38 pages. So I got a kind of press release addition to the press conference, and almost narrowed into 4 pages. Now on the 38 pages, I was talking about 62% and 70% on the 4 pages as the press conference. They talked. The review was on this government. I'm talking about the performance of the government and how our hang parliament. Yeah, this a bit impact on side administration. But I'm say I'm working because a lot of them thought say like ministers were going to have a hard time being appointed for the second time. Hang parliament in failure. What they are saying in this the NTR 33% of the people a dissented say of Ghana, a population on contact. Say MPP didn't lose parliamentary seats. It's no more they punish because of bad governance. Any non-performing MPs no. Now they are saying the MPP campaign it was 24%, so it wasn't that effective. Same way, almost they say 15% was on the part of NDC. NDC campaign was below 15% of that of NDC. I mean, NDC on campaign strategy, was total failed. I mean, it wasn't a proper campaign strategy. To no man to win the election. Now I'm going to be important, but baby who's a split a buy. One, almost 53% of Ghanaians are saying now since 1992. So since 92 campaign, 92 campaign and 2016 campaign. No, so about fighting corruption. But 53% of Ghanaians are saying Akufo-Addo has failed to protect the public purse. Now, the 62% say Akufo-Addo has failed to fight corruption and also has failed to punish Nkrofo Mudi Boni won Abem. Typical example, a PDS case nearby. 2, a procurement issue involving a jail. These are some of the issues almost cited. Now, guys, we will focus on this. For the purpose of time, can you look at the airplane saga with the role of the media? Okay, but Mr. Ramo, we are finding and it's a corruption way. It won't have corruption press conference in a Akufo-Addo. I chata plane for the first time. Ghanaians is speaking against it. I mean, ABC government doesn't care. It's very insensitive where the plight of the youth are concerned. Adia, why your first one I may criticize it? To what extent? And as it was sound so me knowing very well, say, we are not spending the resources of the country in the right direction. As I'm gonna be and the let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Say, your president, the plane, yeah. Say, from the beginning, it was bad, and the reason I was saying, say, because just on Paul Biao, and your history, society. There have been references of Ghanaians having short memory by some of our leaders. Some of them have also called themselves dead goods because it's the same Ghanaians that they are addressed. The first time now for play now. Baby, your recall was France, and I remember quite well. I'm a France president in Ghana. Oh yeah, oh John and Rasta for one of us. But my speech, you get it. Now, there's also a video, but I heard France president, and now you understand the smack on his face, the African leader, Jimmy, Pambonicha. No disrespect, but look at how he's joking himself, as if he can survive on his own. But as the first president, no one could 2-3 years, brother. Who signed a far place and for Jesus, one something. Somebody about a year. Go Bankus and then with Europeans, now your war. You get it. So, what you say, Nipana, President Namu, are inconsistent with the Okan. Others say Ghana with beyond aid, then you Nabosia and him say 7 years say former government NDC boy too now him say ready because there was even time and some of us and I NDC said no. We also started towing the same line of cost analysis of projects because some people made us think that the cost of some of these projects were beyond weight. But we have the worst happening to Ghana. And nothing the language is strong. I try my best not to toe the political line, at least for some time. But this particular government, you can't separate the kind of corruption. And again, I want to also think that
maybe it's building on the legacy of Kufuor, which says that corruption began from Adam. So there's nothing anybody can really do about it. What I say? DCAC. They say, we are to say, it did not even happen. What I say? Just a number will be crawl and associate. Just a number will say, I find it, okay, I say, so if you are president and you are supervising this amount of corruption and still you are still getting the youth and a good portion of the population still defending you and all those things. Because there's unemployed people who are more Facebook, they are asking saying president need to kind and can offer bicycle. But I say, wow, we are very, very employed. We are very, very comfortable. One said that now who fight. But there are people out there so and I'm gonna say anything. Oh, and I'm Bahamas and I say, you get it. And say where you be. And me, my only problem is ye blame no every you defense, every man other things about. But is there some policy that even the NDC or somebody in parliament, because that's the reason why they are there, that they can use to control some of these spending? You know that because so
I just say it was a big concern to me in the past. Now your military needs survey as a direct or indirect checks on the conduct of the public and the civil servants. But with this contemporary time now, since because look,
how can the military check the commander in chief?
I'm coming. Under normal circumstances, it shouldn't be. But African politics, what that culture of military taking over, no? Because some expenditure mismanagement in your maybe saying, by now, military not taking over years back. But when we say after 92 now, you're revisiting multi-party democracy now. The arm of the government that is supposed to check the conduct of the judiciary, Congress, any judiciary, but look at what is happening. We empire see our hang parliament, We empire our hang parliament. They are very silent about certain decisions of the government. I want to target media,
No, it could be said they don't have much power. I mean, that's what I'm saying, that the constitution might not even give somebody who is opposing these spenders any kind of power to stop it.
They do have the power. They do. They can sermon.
Like,
go ahead.
They've summoned him already. Okay, I say, yes, our process. The interesting thing is, we did it after the first travel. Your friend, Interior Minister, Manebe Katai. But we could not punish anybody. We could not take anybody to court. We could not tell anybody they caused us financial loss because of this and that law. We just brought people to defend the spending. And we brought another group of people to point the bad side of the spending. That was all we did. That was all we did. And how is it going to affect anything? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they fix it there. Now we should start working on it. Example, next article 77. Oh, there by a president, you realize that now we've forgotten about it. You can't Mahamas because
I'm glad that you are looking at it from a systematic perspective because we must have. Go ahead.
We turned into a couple of years of so money you got to find pushing. And that was what we were interested in. And I was refunding over your interest and only a time. Article 77 it is that the next president who is coming is going to take advantage of it. When Tiana Yere Kakra, if you reach Yana Maka, and if you reach the Fufroka. You get it. So sometimes when I sit down now, it's like your population either say for some reason we've decided to dumb ourselves down, or the politicians understand our mental capacity. What I say because NDP is more and can you say a day more Kufuado hearing an essay of consent and our funding a consent and Casabri cry a jive once and no cap. That's a Ghana here where you should be asking them to fix that article because that article is going to come back again to bite us, even if it's not the next president, the next one. So that we are in a society where we are not progressing. I'll end with one spiritual guru be Maharishi. Or say most people, no, we try to fix the situation from the leaf level. What you want to say, oh, mango diana, so who say mango diano leaves na seka. Usually the first thing you do, and naturally the word is no akoto edro no abi spray good leaves. So what they are saying, but think I na senior apotra ebi ananka sickness need to root, no, and when you fix the root, the leaf will automatically be healthy. So they are saying, unfortunately for our society, no, we are almost interested in the leaves, and I think that the leaves are the bigger part, the attractive part. That is what you see from the distance, and no, and no, can leaf, no water. But leaf, no, is getting wherever it is or however it looks like from the root. So if we nourish the root or we fix the root, automatically we won't be wasting time on the leaf. If you made a member yes, we can turn it politically because we pursue power, we pursue connecting, we pursue is fine. But eventually, at the chrono sign the whole air can ye. If the president has playing 14,000, not say but to keep political advantage. Yes, I made a press on conference. No, they are not NDC about power. NDC about power. Mahama Zuka will be 20,000. Yes, it's until say Krobakum, you're making sure say you be at work, Montpellier needs to acquire the budget limit. Say, or person Boroswa, it's so justified. These are all the things they so justify. So Kobana say Boroswa, these are the people who will be held responsible, and these are the things that we do to them. Until that time, we know you better waste your time.
Anyway, I'm glad you wanted this from what you are saying from systematic issue. Because you take it on a partisan level, solution be but you critique system say you can't do this. Because man, the question I mean, who's on another year for the second time now? What I ask myself is, Papa, is it purposeful? I had to be aware that purposely should do to frustrate Ghanaians, and I say because in the beginning of the program, and I don't want to repeat myself. I said this from a national perspective and from a partisan perspective. National perspective, your council of state or in the woman who say, "Adia Papa, and MPP Nibia should see this as a good thing, or else you'll be a trader in a party." But meanwhile,
no, the problem is the president is insulated. I think I've said it several times. I don't think the president goes to Facebook. The president listens to Adom FM. The president listens to depending on how he has decided to be the president. Why he'll be listening to the news that they want him to hear. Okay. And if he is not the president enough, he's not even going to know the public opinion, because sometimes I've listened to some of his speeches now. It looks as if he's not even in the country. Like Olimbi Ekoto. What I say, I can't say where is he, Nipa no Pewasem into the Okako can see. Oh, because if you are Okasem now, who say now are they only on Tigana now say Unti news. What I say, and all remember say finance minister, Obeka should be 100. It was the same thing I said, now, what we know, because how are you expecting teacher near one increasing of 4%? Or not, are you telling me the teacher is so happy around to play and do us have a catch and say, which 100? So, for me, the president, you might not blame him so much because they will prevent him from listening to the bad things, depending on the kind of president he is. What are their own take? Oh, yeah, Ubia so yeah, dear, Ubia so yeah, dear. Election for Ubu Secret no be evaluation, because we have to win a queen when a good year attending into the air. And trust me, it's the same thing that happened to your mama. What I said, those times now, man for can radio, so Ghana, I remember, there was a Kuja blocker, and they, Omaneboama, will be on TV telling people, say, Ubia home children, Yahoye. You get those times, you know me, very frustrated. The people are saying they are suffering. Most of them are buying. Why are you not telling them buying? And you are rather on the radio telling us the end result, was the technical knockout of that election between, where Ghanaians actually showed that historically, I think you get it.
Yes.
So it's the same thing. for me, I'm not surprised the president is not hearing. It happened to John Mahama, and it's happening to this one right now. They surround themselves with sycophants, people who can lick their boots, people who cannot tell them that you are doing wrong.
It's very disturbing. How can you be a president now? If you should go by your assumption, now as a president, media may monitor media, and you do Nanado doesn't is telling us first time I'll put Chata first plane.
The president is the CEO. He's too busy for the details. Even the CEO of the company does not know the attendance rate or the performance of the manager, maybe 20 steps down. But
only where my concern is. But even as a Ubia politics for a very long time, another should know per conscience, because you should know it's very unconscionable. Because man, we are not in normal times. Already the economy is in tank. Most Ghanaians are suffering. A lot of people are on unemployment list. And you say, you are rather, it's like it's an insult to them.
You think the president thinks people are on unemployment?
Yes, I do say, come on. I do.
Good. You know, planting the food also and also see why you might do my daddy and you. What I say about poultry farmers in your Burumpunto. What I say, a Minister of Employment, and so say we're creating 100,000 jobs. If you know as a CEO, no, excuse me to say, he's taking this kind of unnecessary reports or inaccurate reports. No. So I said that, and I want or they get a room and ask, or they being so weak. That is how I want us to look at that.
Sure.
So that the spender will not be surprised.
Yes.
Mr. Ong said your topic we and 3-in-1. Let's do this. And this year press conference, Samijan Fee emphasizes so much on corruption. We hear corruption, through press conference, and MPP for responding so much. McMahon involving McMahon in John Boadu. And a CDD and a report by a person of Chile say 53% of Ghanaians and want to be protected the public purse. 62% are saying Zakufaro can fight corruption and can punish people who are engaging corrupt practices on the government. Offer me moment the enemy say Nanado plain or media no first one no media no couldn't gang on him so much into one say repeat no. I'm yet to find the reason in another year, sir. And your colleague, Eduse, is telling us, because public opinion, Nanado, and he doesn't get to hear the public opinion. They've sending a very bad, different image to him, say, all is well in the country. Because from my understanding, Ghana is not in normal times. Our economy is in tank. A lot of young men and women are on the unemployment list. Most people are struggling to even meet 2 square meals a day. For a president to make this decision, not only that is unconscionable or unwise, I think the government, is being insensitive to the plight of the youth. Also, what is your take? Now, your last topic now includes today. Right?
Okay. Thank you very much. With this topic, like you were saying, and then the teacher was also saying, actually, for me, I see certain things going on wrong in the government, like I think Akufo-Addo himself, I don't know whether he actually whether he lives in the country or is living somewhere and ruling the country. It's something very serious that we have to find out. Sometimes, if you look at certain comments that he himself will come out to the public and make, it appears as if he's living somewhere in the biosphere and not living with us on this earth, especially in the country. But if you make a comment here, he said like what when John Mahama was going through his store, I say the economic hardship, and then the general secretary will come and say no, their communications director, Wabia Sama, will come out and organize a press conference and tell Ghanaians say a Ghanaians behind so far by it is rather John Mahama who is trying to make it that Ghanaians are suffering. Look at this. Something which is very common. And it is true that you were voted out of office in 2020. But for some reason, that is why you are still in office. Have you seen it? The thing is very clear. You lost the election because of that. Like you were saying, if you look at the TCD something report now, they said they voted against them, they lost some of the things. It's because of the economic situation of the country. Ask yourself, say, if the government was doing well, that is why I always say that. Abacha, if the government, like the way the communicators will come and portray it to the whole world or portray it to the country, if they think they are doing well, in any government who is doing well after your 4 years, you should either maintain your number of the number of the number of parliamentary seats that you have. No, Abacha. So what more money within your 4 years? You either maintain it or increase it. Before election, how many seats was the NDC having in parliament? Is it not 169? Then ask yourself, a government that has performed. So what performing and can maintain 169? But you be an answer for big count. And can be a year for 2 and can be 170. Only one can watch just on my idea. What you say? And Abacha, someone could be a council no maintaining 169. It means their performance was good. What you say? It means they have performed above average. But anything that goes beyond that, it means that you didn't do well in government. And lo and behold, it's reflected. You were in 169. And then you fell up to one, you were struggling with opposition with 139. Why 137, 137, 137, 137? Why independent candidate so that would be majority? You are relying on a independent man now to be majority. When you had 169, that should tell you that you were rejected. NDC, what was our number? 105. A party that was weak, that you ridicule so much, and that is what you brought on to come to power. Corruption. That took the NDC out and reduced our number to 105. We rose that from 105 to 137, 137, 137, which is even not true. NDC had about 142. NPP had 132 seats. Or with me, I will say it everywhere. Anybody who wants to hold me, I can prove it. You see, recently, last week, I told you about it. You see what the Speaker of Parliament said? He said it clearly. That is the way he put it. He just don't want to. He made it clear. Anybody who can read it to know that NDC MPP lost the election. He said MPP would have been minority. There's something. That is why they are still having the same DC 137, 137. They held on some seats when they saw that they were losing the election. This is what the Abagbagbe said. And it is the best part. Nobody can run away from it. Some of us were saying it long time before Bagbe himself as speaker came and put it clear to the whole country. And that is how it is. And from what Bagbe said, MPP, I did not be the electoral commission. Yakana Semwa and Nimia and his 7 unanimous SPR. Akufo-Addo shouldn't be in government by now. Ghanaians voted against him. And then CCD for the buy. When they vote against you or against your parliament, it means you didn't do well. All your promises or whatever, the country they have seen.
Guys, welcome back.
For maize to feed poultry, to feed poultry this in there. Farmers are looking for just maize. Now we are importing maize from outside. But our Greek minister is saying because of planting for food and job, and we are near Buama, you move it at Ghana and Akufo-Addo. Meanwhile, this is a complete lie. They could tell you that our Greek minister made a platform to because of Akufo-Addo planting for food and job, I'm a body of marketer, a whole bunch of body, 3 cities. Where in this country will you go? Even 3 finger not 3 per 3 cities. It's about 5 to 10 Ghana. But our Greek minister made their platform to the 4 countries because of Akufo-Addo in politics. The same thing the Akufo-Addo no plaster house. And you know, also to the plaza house there, you saw a whole body bunch there, you 3 city into one bomb body far. Why, yeah, dear, who be that? I could what do I buy? A papa because Kuko market and body, whole packet, a 3 Ghana city. And when the 3 Musa, you see, meanwhile, 40 even a bread even feeding Kuko Credit, yeah, crap to Burkina Faso, yeah, oh, and you're near book, and so we are taking maize and this from UNO. It's giving us maize. Are you getting it? So one thing I've realized is that, let me make it clear over here. There is one particular, okay, will show you. You see the MPP here, I don't know if that is the way they do their politics. And they lost by almost because they can use the military, they can use the AC, and they can use the Supreme Court, unanimous LC to bring back. 2024 is not going to be like that. There is a saying that, let me go by it. They say, when we enjoy to Nibi, Burkina Faso, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire. First food is not a food, but the second food is a food.
No, of how can I say?
First food is not a food, but the second one is food. Atiano no sanjum na Cote d'Ivoire ni no boy na. Atiano no. Nti obia first one na abesina oh now mo dey yi German society get 6.7 times ni nyina ya guagu yanka we wo dey maintain power who maintain also be breaking it through the same thing. They should forget about the enema catron premier gao nepa gao mela dozen gao tejaka. So we obi ade first one or buna nikuswa and not just so Jimmy Paul. Try the second one, then you will see where you will show you where power lies. That is what is going to happen in 2024. Because in Yama 80 during the election, in Kofo, a minimum, everybody is having problem on the chest. It's just that we want to bring it out. And they are doing this a year and a year into the Akufodo is heading the country through a dangerous distance, and they are saying, for all this, Akufodo came out to tell Ghanaians in 2024 he's going to hand over power to what? An MVP person who started it.
Yeah, they are breaking the 8. No, they say they are breaking the 8.
So would they make a cemetery? Upon all the facts that I'm telling you right now, and then upon all what Ghanaians are feeling on the ground, which is the bare fact, he is having a different version altogether. Election, you didn't win. 2020 election, you never won the election. But because of something, you are still there. You still maintain that what we need election. When every Tom, Dick, and Harry can reach into the military, you lost the election. This is the report, and let me make it this thing clear over here, Abacha. There is no way in Ghana, since 92 up to this time, that people we need majority in parliament are only winning presidential and see that. In the NDC, we want, after my mama declare after Becca said, we want 142 seats. It is clear we want 142 seats. As I speak right now, the team and staff, NDC is NDCC. Esikado Captain is NDCC. Zamzugu Tatale is NDCC. Tefuriosu is NDCC. And then Takwa Israel is NDCC. And they have given the EC Jamaica and the Alimo Yabua and the unanimous ST have been able to give that seat to what we call it, the MPP. Let me tell you, it's today that we can state declare that because of Alimo Yabua and that 7 unanimous judges. 1 + 1 is not 2. It is 5 in Ghana. I think we are going to approve it with these people. And that is how we are going by this. You think 2024, we are going to sit down for Animi Yabua and his people to tell us that 1 + 1, where we all know that it's 2 real 5. It will never happen. That's why the premier Gao, the Gao, Mela, Dozian Gao, Senyata. First fool is not a fool, but the second one, naive. So what you say? Sanyama, when you know him, and reasonable people, all the discerning people know the way I'm speaking right now. I want Buni Nina Buswa Bejina Kase Bibia and the break it. You are breaking why when you lost election 2020, you are going to break the 8. You see, sometimes when they talk, sometimes I don't know. So which planet are all our people coming from? I don't know the sort of planet they are coming from. Because sometimes when they speak, you see that I don't know. I do ask myself. They are intellect. Ghana for a Nima deal, MVP. No, that shouldn't be the case. But this time they are going too far. As you said, they make it as if the rest of the people in the other political parties we can't read and understand anything. That is how they are looking at it. Akufodo wouldn't himself is the worst of all. corruption. You rode on corruption to come to power. Mahama corruption and your corruption. Look at your this 3 years. I married 800 million. Your friend is saying Japan and Napa royal my brothers and sisters keep it. I'm capturing you now in my battle. PPA corruption near man. Obia no Baba Munadika Pro, ni 40,000 Ghana Crown account. He end up getting billions and millions.
It's a very disturbing situation because we were partner security forces, we were paid the teacher, we were paid civil servant for almost 20-15 years.
For so many years.
And then me a party communicator. Party bar power, your mommy position, Madane overnight billionaire. How?
Why don't you overnight visit? What about that?
I know it's a big concern.
Hey, Abata, you see, but when we were talking about the NDC, you know, about the Yankano crew, the NDC are not almost say it was perceived, said they were corrupt. Even on Ukwana project, no, yeah. Would the Mayan just suppose it, see the way, from Nkrumah time to Mahama, by the time we leave government, near the 120 billion, right? And so the project I'll wait to 3 Kotokuraba Market, University of Ghana Medical Center, Rich Hospital, all the regional hospital, all the airports, whole airport, Kumasi Renovation Airport, Tamale Airport, international level, from that. As I build it, 3 which is living up to the American standard. Sanjama when you have research Kanmo, who borrow within 4 or 5 years in it, yes, he can say 330 billion no raising. Amama dear no, now we say won't be that. Into Yana council on the Babetia. Nana would have one on the Babetia, Nana council and the Babetia audience. Mama dear not the Babetia, and then the Nana council on the Babetia within 4 years. But if you are doing this comparison, Abacha, are you telling me that this government is good? That is why they voted them out of power. And you know when they come sometimes and they are talking now, sometimes they say, Abba, what do they take it for? If you listen to Kwesi sometimes you hear from they say like I'm speaking. The same thing. Sometimes they see us as if is it that we cannot talk. And they have made their radios are just there telling lies. If you go to Asasi Radio, they will never speak the truth until the last day they will live on this earth. If you go to on my FM and on the 2 TV, ask for them, they go, that is it. When the story is like this, Abacha, they will turn it down and raise it up. So if you are not careful and you listen to the NDC and the others who will tell you the truth, everything is lies. And that is how we are going. At the end of the year, you say, oh, I don't know, the best of all. So what you say, CCDC Diaba, reporting on the Abacha, 62 Nukanka, 70. Because the name got to be Bian Koso. When we vote for you as government, Abacha, we want you to come and improve upon what your predecessor left.
Yes.
And just in governance here. Yes. But look, tell me, Abacha, today, that the economy Mahama left behind, is it the same as today? No. Prices and goods and services are double, triple, and quadruple. Which is bare fact, what I'm talking right now. If you go to the economy, like I'm saying, goods and services, people doing business, the price of the currency to the dollar now is 60 to a year. When it was 3.9, you see a movie that. The vice president saw about the chino the other now, or by an or chino, and on the chef, IGP bottom not 2 key. And every time I say, is the IGP in the country? Is the key also that they lock, no? And also what country no man. I don't know what you can do, not see the new $3 no. You see some of this thing, and he's working there freely. This is the same person that is coming to break the aid. What you have done, you are completely seen as useless. You told somebody was what is the word they use for Mahama? Incompetent. Incompetent means okay, yes, you are doing it, you are not doing it well. You are coming today, who they are useless, you are seen as useless. Have you seen it? And the Ghanaians told them in 2020 that the Mahama and the NDC that you said they are incompetent, we prefer being under the incompetent than you, the one who, the Messiah who said you are the Messiah and you are coming to do this well. Everything is broken under you. So we prefer under Mahama, you said we are suffering. But under you, we are dying. Now, Bachami Bisasemo, dying and suffering, which one do you want? Which one will you take? If you are suffering and then you are dying, which one do you want? So Ghanaians are saying that they want John Mahama or we they will go and be suffering under him, then you are good and be dying under you. You still continue to do your daily activities. It's better than dying. So what they are saying. And then they see 2020, Ghanaians were fed up and they wanted a change. And they went for a change. But they said they won't go. Oh, sorry, but say, we are going to change the baton to. And who told you want election 2020? Don't you know all this? I don't know CCD for the Abano. So what they are saying. In the Abacha, if you look at what is going on now, there's nobody. If those who present this government, which is not good. Let's make it the way everybody will benefit. What they are the governance, it should be for the benefit.
That is how it should be. A democratic governance there. It should benefit majority of the people. Not selected few.
Very good. Not selected few. What they are saying. This time of governance is kleptocracy. Kleptocracy governance is when only those who come to those who are empowered the benefit. And this is what is happening now. That is why it has been seen as family and friends. So what they are saying. All the jobs they develop family, and so what they are saying. And this is the reason why you said they should vote against Mahama. But if you are comparing Mahama's government, then you're the Mbakura. So what they are saying. And see, the facts are there. This government is, as for me, I know everybody knows like that. Only those who are following them know that 2020 they lost the election.
It's 6:40 p.m. You for the next 5 minutes in your last topic. Now, let's say you are not interested because it's two partisan issue for you. A MPP for issues. So, Opeso can be you can stay. Opeso can be so. I say,
which one?
I tag me title as a great controversy. As almost Congress a door many me. And who webinars chemistries be a show. It's like I said they are heading to war. So I guess to kwake CB baby su party but omunyina play the ostrich game. I say yehunsi ye ni, but I believe the earlier the better. I'm find a solution to keep that. Over the week, that was last Saturday, a week from now. Funeral because so a war. Is it Suhum? Nah, there's a gentleman involved or Flagstaff House, a good friend of mine, Protozo Michiano. I see Protozo, from what I'm hearing, is intended to be in Parliament on and the current MP, them say supporters of both, and to Kwabi by. And my current MP name say the driver, Train Sekai, Edicha, supporter by Kutirim. To me, it's unacceptable. Initially, people thought MP name showed the driver no. In the course of the week, they buy up to bed Tuesday, Wednesday. The police for now have been able to almost comprehend the driver no, because only taking that act no. Therefore, they should bring him before the book. NRAS Enrechi, meaning so monitor social media. This what happened. Activist ladies for MPP, justice for Abdullah Karim Zakari, Issa Hauku Fuseni, Deshini Abdullah Mustafa, say no to oppressors' rule, say no to intimidation, say no to illegal suspension, and say no to factionalism, say no to tribalism, sanction the Northern Region and Savlogu constituency executives. Meaning so that report in Libya, a very detailed report. Na me told me WhatsApp status. Say na report na ACTA. Aside from an incident, another incident hit you. I say the suspended polling station executive did no wrong by opposing the declaration of Bawumia for flag bearer. Reinstate them. Tamale MPP group, a group calling itself the Concerned Youth Group of MPP in Tamale, has condemned the suspension of some 3 polling station executives of the New Patriotic Party in Savlogo constituency. The youth group says their colleagues did no wrong for opposing a declaration of support for Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's flag bearership aspiration they describe as ill-timed. 3 polling station executives, namely Anambobo Odino, were handed letters of suspension for gross misconduct. This what happened. Of our line, so.
Me online online so far.
It is online so. Look, also online so. Last one. Yeah, and the put MPP. Now, over this last week Saturday, which is a week from now, no, you could be 3 more soon. And now, so in the course of the week, Baumia call northern part now. Some person would declare Baumia to be the flag bearer after Ronaldo. And a polling station executives means as a derby. Yenyenesa. In the opposes our decision, you're suspending growth way. Now, me target says it's a great controversy. A year from now, MPP will call delegate conference. Skirmishes and home popular, it's like they are heading to war. So it's better some back situation now than say Beko actually. Mr. We will be here to make it 1 minute, yeah, mamma. You can call in a night.
Okay.
To our best 31st, yeah, that's fine with me. Young call. Now, Alan Chamati issue statement. Alan denies Crawford were involved. But what they get so well into it, only direct influence supporters be that are perceived to like Alan were involved. Mahmoud Bawumia issued direct statement, but what he did is say MPP youth, they should channel their energy or they should focus on the achievements of this government, on propagating Saudi. That's what the two of them did. Guys, who is taking it first?
Thank you,
no problem.
I'm taking it first. So,
sure.
Looking at it there, I know say what I've started, like you are saying, it's nothing new. I know say there's going to be something like this because the contest between is now. If you look at it, I know there will be other people on board, but the two frontliners are going to be Bawumia and Alan. But I know there will be other people who will come on board to contest for the flag bearers.
Yes.
And one thing for me, those people that are even following Bawumia, I don't even understand them. Why they should follow Bawumia?
Why?
You see, before we can assess you and then say we are going to give you the mandate to do, we have to look at what you have done. Oh. The country will let them go and vote for any material and bring. They will see the way they will be defeated. They should bring Bawumia. Me, I wish that they will vote for Bawumia so that Bawumia will lead the party. They will see where the percentage they will get in 2024. Because Bawumia has to study. Bawumia is not a presidential candidate because he has led our country into doom already. It is through him we are suffering today. And corruption too under him is Bobo, Babao. I cannot even listen. I will not even go to the corruption side. But somebody who touted himself as the main economic messiah that was going to save the country. Going to partner with Akufo. Akufo was relying on Bawumia for his success. And just an campaign. But you have a campaign. If you say, Bawumia is there, this thing is there. He's going to do everything. So Bawumia was seen as the economic messiah who was going to save the country. And we can save every $52, $84 bomb, into the money or chino up to them 3.9 and then 60. What you say? And I look right here, in some baby, and that's our economic situation is worst ever in the history of our country. Obia Kurapa Mahama, President Mahama, someone no vice president. Now on your economic background, the performance and the economy is not like this. Mahama did 3 times better than Bawumia, who have doubted himself, and the MVP see him saw him as the messiah. Nobody that time no. Bawumia knew the economics of our country no. It was only Bawumia from the MVP side.
No, we don't say that.
No. I'm coming. I'm making something. The reason why I'm saying that is that from the way he speaks and then from the way the party communicators carried him. It's what I'm telling you about that.
Maybe he was projected. It doesn't necessarily mean say.
Exactly. It was projected
he was the only economist because MVP dear, trust me. You're good when it comes to financing.
I'm not. Even though it's not the I'm not the MPP alone. I'm talking about the whole country.
Really?
What you saying? He was perceived and carried like the only one who have read economics and knows economics.
Oh, okay.
Not even in our it's all about me. As for the NDC, the NDC, he was just working on the NDC like that. The NDC was planned. Let me give you a comment that he made. The day that they won the election, and he was introducing the economic management, Professor Bawa, Dr. Bawumia, Enawei, Asafumafo, And then he asked the question, who knows the MPP economic management team? He was laughing at it. At the end of the day, that team that did not have a name, they have performed 10 times, 100 times better than you. Have you seen it? Now, we are judging this performance. He is not under the Fourth Republic. Even Alaji, the one who served under President Kufuor, different served under President Kufuor as the economy, as the vice president. He did better. He didn't have any background in economics. He did.
Hold on. O background in your credit did be Obako or Mr.
Oh, sir, is it my background?
I don't know. One of you.
Maybe background there in Kababia, me was noise in you.
Samuel.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
So that I can.
Yeah.
So, Abacha, like I'm saying, after the Baumia as a material, the matter, he's useless. And that is how he's known by the whole country. He's useless. If anybody who uses incompetence is just being charitable to him and Akufo-Addo. If you are saying they are incompetent, you are just being charitable. Nobody should use incompetence. They don't deserve incompetence. They are useless. And you are bringing a useless candidate for us to vote him to become president. It will never happen in our country. He can win. They should vote for him to win the primary and be the flag bearer. They will see where their destiny will be. Already they will lose their election no matter what. Even they should go to heaven and bring somebody from heaven to represent them, they will lose.
All right,
their performance is
so,
yes.
1 minute in the West. My other colleagues in some all right, Lord Quay, let's hear you on this now. Okay. And conclude. Sure. I do say, Lord Quay.
Yes, so with regard to yes. Hello.
Yeah, Lord, we can hear you. You can conclude it. Right.
Yeah. So with regards to Baumia Acheampong, I mean, these controversies are bound to happen. Mm-hmm. You understand? There would definitely be the Acheampong's fashion and then Baumia's fashion. I'm not going to go into. We all know that yes, they know the people that were behind those attacks. And they will take out because that's politics. That's what is supposed to be done. But I mean, this is the list of what is up ahead. If the chances are really ready for, in quote, an ordinary to lead us, and if Acheampong too, because of his issue with Nana and stepping out of the party and to fit the delegate party. So these are things that are about to happen.
Okay.
If you are a person who knows politics or who follows politics,
can easily predict
that. It's bound to happen. It happens in every political party. So I won't really, maybe as a bit or part.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that the fatalities and yet too much.
Okay.
Should go beyond these petty stuff.
I see. All right, Lord. As always, thank you. You here this conclude my night in and up for the night. Why?
Oh, okay. So I'm way there. It said since the government were current urban area and other people would want to, but for me, seven advice there. Don't catch them. Say the Ghana for the or more person or more the next government national. So more person they should rather focus on making sure the government will not perform.
Okay.
Now say we are perform and the whole result that time. So while he said and the year
from when they won to this time. The many or more, we would rather concentrate on putting something down so that the people can see, because already it's coming down based on the election now. So wow, crowd energy Kameka say maybe a fabra after maybe the next new government or whatever it will be. No more Kasana, no. For we are going to have a whole lot of entertainment. For me, that is what is important. But the breaking the eight, I mean, Ghanaians now say eight.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, go after the eight, would be Obianka performing exceptionally.
Oh, okay.
And I heard the current situation here, in performance,
They be say too early to use or be 4 years. Now they like
5 years.
8 months.
5 years. We have like 3 years to go. So I don't see the point. And the last election, is enough for anybody who is sincere to judge for themselves. Their performance, that's why I was saying that it looks as if sometimes the Omunina, when they are heading into defeat, nana so into one terry, and only my Juma Kwan of the Namsa. In any Babano also you see election. It looks like this is what is happening. It's like a cycle. When you sit back, you're like, so, anyway.
All right, gentlemen, I will say a big thank you to everyone as always. All the different opinions and about Obia expressing the take on all the issues I address here. Who started any there? Excuse me to say, I'm BSA. I'm saying, my. Let's move on. But insecurity in the country, so much show concern, and no crumple and dungeon aside the insecurity in the country, You're also talking about corruption. Press, press conference, NDC, airplane, and a Ghana media. So I'm gonna fail you. I'm a president making decision now. My any be muni criticize here. Media now take you upon it. And the president has repeated the same decision. Ibimokra is reading into the mindset of the president. Say, adding, he denied the public opinion. Intina ya a maneke can some sanana. And then yet from a divergent view, she will be a take out the buy. You're talking about MPP. I did see who's whom I say. I say, Mrs. I see was people are trying to impose Dr. Baumia. I'm a constituency for any be opposed. Say, no, you're suspended or more. Some ladies activists are all part in India issue statement. Say, illegal suspension, they should reinstate these people. To make them a target and said a great controversy. Now, from this gentleman, I'm not sure. Obia, Mami, who's there. Unless I not Obia who follow politics, it's meant to happen. Because on the Obumpire is trouble neighbors and any minimal. See, be prepared, Nipampa, we wish it doesn't happen. And no matter any discuss here. Now, once more, you better be BRC. The same time next week, him say we are likely to change your time now. And yeah, from 4 to 6 bill. And I decide the extra hour count. Things will be changing time now from next week. But I better communicate that. I do say all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. I was a service to humanity. Lord Quay, all the way from Ghana. Thank you very much for your data. Offer, New York. Kingsland, we are joining here. Manassas or some wedding be or city on sent me and joining here. To all the same, no, I will say a big thank you to everyone. It's not the prophet worker. We are a bit take a week off. Near their assistant studio, no. Honor. And then you may only be jamming, and I could think in that account. So I'm sick and so you will see now one thing can be meaning near the initial, no, I beg you. You very wish you be good luck. Especially those in Worcester. They say Worcester Abba spotlight too much. We'll be World Cup, no. We'll be fun to say jokes. Anyway, major will be a channel so and a prophet worker ever.